So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Expectations and... Mbappe! That was a matter of inches.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Vinicius Junior.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Rodrigo. Madrid finding their path, and he shoots! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter, wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, it's the boy everyone is talking about. This guy, Rodrigo, seen by many as being one of the biggest Brazilian talents of his generation. Now, just think about that. I don't really need to add anything extra.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. He's had a shot! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. Dani Olmo. And it's Grimaldo. Nico Williams has it in a wide position. Brilliantly cut out. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Howson defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Lovely pass, but can he... Real chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Mbappe really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Cambio de jugadores en España.
Madrid with the corner, they're first.
Será sustituido por el dorsal 5.
Mbappe! There it is! Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And here's Mbappe. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Lenormand. Plays a sharp little ball here. Yamal.
Spain are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Rodrigo receives it in a good position here. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Driving on and making good progress. He can run onto that. Now it's Ferran Torres is on his own. Rudiger did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Spain have run the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. And here's Ferran Torres. And he's been shifted off it. Rodrigo. Mbappe. It's Bellingham. Now that's well seen too. Looking for the run. No, that's been intercepted.
Spain certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Now it's Williams. He's shifting through the gears here. Nico Williams. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Tries to play it through. Eder Militao gets across to intercept that. Valverde. And it's Bellingham. Oh, that's well spotted. Dani Olmo.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
He's got away. And that's been drilled in. Valverde. And we hit half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Spain really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Grimaldo, gently done. Dani Olmo. Here's Rodri. Tchouameni producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Grimaldo. Nico Williams looks to get on the end of this. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now that looks a decent ball. Mbappe gets into a good position. And he's whipped it across. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Traumeri. Looking tidy in possession here.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Valverde has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles. Spain still this single goal behind. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And it's Bellingham. It's a good spell of possession, this. And it's Valverde. He's tried one! Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Spain are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now.
Well, I think his job here, Peter, is going to be to reinvigorate that attack, just change the rhythm up front.
Nico Williams takes control of it and he's on the move. Oh, nice touch. Takes the shot! Madrid looking to pass their way through. Nicely shaped ball. Chips it through. Oh, they could be caught out here. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Bellingham, who's set up one goal so far. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Rodrigo knocks it into space. Drilled in low. Laporte tries to clear. Played back into the centre. Spain still have the cards to affect this game. Grimaldo. Now Nico Williams. Now it's Dan. Aimed beyond the defence. And that is expertly dealt with.
Spain really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Goulet. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Mbappe.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Foot in. Madrid can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Baina. Pedri.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Tries to thread one through. He's in plenty of space here. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Cambio de jugadores.
Spread out to the left. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Pedri.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Yeah, he's fouled him there.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Nico Williams. Now the delivery. And that was very necessary. Pedri, played with finesse. Header!
Habrá 3
And
minutos
he
de
has
descuento.
kicked it out somehow.
Morata clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
It's a good run down the right. And the number on the board is 3. He's gone for goal! They want to be quick to recover this. And it's Camavinga. And time is up. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. Your reflections then, Jim? So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Becklin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
We have already started here. He's found a way through.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Not the most accurate pass. Pedro Porro. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Aymeric Laporte. he's a centre-back who's one of the best in the business when it comes to playing out from defence. He can spark quick counter-attacks or put his foot on the ball and retain it when a breather is...
Chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Oh, really good feet. Subimendi. Yamal. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Well, he is slightly undercooked, that one.
Spain clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And no, he's seen through all of that.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Spain yet to have an attempt on goal. And it's Olmo. Nico Williams, he's going for goal! Spain with the corner, they're first. Eder Militao gets it away. Played in. So it's going to be another corner. Spain have their second corner now. And now a sudden chance to counter. It's a pretty loose pass. Pedro Porro. Rodri. Looks to the other side. Pedro Porro. And Yamal. Dani Olmo. Subimendi. Gets a good foot in there. Can he spark a counter here? Vinicius Junior charging forward, the ball at his feet. Mbappe, can he finish? They've scored! The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
Madrid have taken the lead.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford...
Rodrigo! It's loose. Oh, what has happened here? And they can counter here. Half an hour played now. Oh, good-looking ball. Driving through the middle. And he shoots! And it's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. The movement so precise. The finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Madrid are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And he was alert to it. Chouameni. Spain are still behind as we reach out for half-time. And here's Mbappe. Out towards the flank. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Delivered with swing. Easy enough for the goalkeeper.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
He's in a great position here. Nice interception, well timed. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Now that looks a decent ball. Real chance! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. There's the shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Well read, and the danger is averted. Spain have the chance to go the other way. Out to the left it goes. Great vision. Nico Williams could try cutting inside here. Valverde, that is ended up in no man's land. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I'm looking at the body language, Peter, and it doesn't look great. It's going to be pretty hard for them to pick themselves up from here, but there's still a maybe at play. Maybe they'll thrive on the adversity.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Rudiger could move up a gear here. And once more he proves rigid and robust.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And he's managed to get free. Searching pass he's played there. Grimaldo finds himself offside. Valverde. And it's Rudiger. Now Mendy. Pedro Porro. Nico Williams. Looking for options for movement. He has found the way through. Played in by Morata. Madrid needed that. They really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Chouameni.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Goes down, but nothing given.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Great chance! Grimaldo with the clearance. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Can he spark a counter here? Rudiger. Bellingham. Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for...
Can he finish? Same again, same outcome.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Corner number 3 coming up. Defending of the desperate variety. And now they can spring out of defence. Pedro Porro. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Vinicius Junior. Spain do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Tries to play it through. Yamal. Now it's Morata. Spain finding their passes. Now it's Mbappe. Knocks it out wide. Mbappe. And it's Valverde. Vinicius Junior is onto this. Pedri. Yamal. Ambitious ball here. Alexander-Arnold. Valverde. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Mbappe stood up well to him there. Yamal. And it's Porro. Here's Rodri. Grimaldo. Now it's Pedri. Alexander-Arnold hurtling down that right flank. Can he get onto this? And he's picked it up out wide. Hit into the middle. Laporte getting this one clear.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Can he get on the end of this? Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Nico Williams. Lovely bit of skill. Takes a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught napping. Header! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
So, third corner of the game.
Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 17, el dorsal 25.
Madrid are looking to go forward now. Alaba. And it's Camavinga. He's on it, can he get away? Passing is crisp and sharp. Vinicius, he's having a shot! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Mbappe.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
So their fourth corner of the game. Mbappe! And that may well be that. That is that. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake.
Oh no, this does not look good. Yamal. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, it's the boy everyone is talking about. This guy, Rodrigo, seen by many as being one of the biggest Brazilian talents of his generation. Now, just think about that. I don't really need to add anything extra.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Rodri. It's Pedri. Oh, easy pickings there. He won't be happy with that one. Baina. Pedri. Nothing significant to report up to this point, but we are still very early in the game. Chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
It was such a clever idea to...
Williams! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Pedri, and he's forced to go back. Laporte. The normal. No goals as yet. And it's Rodri. Driving forward. And he's chosen to go back. And it's Pedri. Can he get it? He's had a shot! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low, too.
Pedri. That's a cute ball. Alexander-Arnold. Grimaldo. And Yamal. Laporte. Nicely weighted ball. Pedri. Oh, that was vital. That has ended up in no man's land. Nico Williams. Chance for a shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Looking for options for movement. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And this is Morata. Threads one in. And that's an errant pass.
Spain couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Oh, good-looking ball. Oh, that's a key interception. Le Normand. 15 minutes till half-time. To Laporte. Le Normand. And it's Laporte. There's the crossfield ball. Williams. He's got away. Great chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Good ball, good take. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Nicely worked. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Chouameni. It's Bellingham. Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Good take, and is he in? So chance, surely! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. That's a good run down the left. Now that looks a decent ball. And the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. That's a decent clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. Rodrigo. Mbappe is onto this. Nice sequence of passes this. And it's Chouameni. He's had a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And the half-time whistle goes. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. The midway point of the game.
A very entertaining half, Peter. The game's being played at a really good intensity. It's been open. It's been quite end-to-end, and I think the crowd are really immersing themselves into this, and I just hope we get...
And he's let fly! Just swings wide.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Biner. Nico Williams. Takes a shot!
Nico Williams really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Oh, this looks sharp. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Valverde. That's been slipped through. And it's Bellingham. Can he finish? Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Grimaldo. No way through. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Mbappe. Vinicius Junior finds himself offside. He's away! And he shoots! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Pedri! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
I think it's a very fair effort, Peter, considering he didn't have much in the way of space to play with.
Plenty of action at either end, just nothing to show for it.
Well, from an entertainment viewpoint, it's not the scoreline we would have wanted at this stage, although I'm not complaining about the commitment being shown. We've seen plenty of goalmouth action.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defence. Can he finish? Taken back almost at once. Alex Grimaldo delivers.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Chouameni, Valverde, nicely aimed pass. Madrid looking to pass their way through. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. It's a pretty loose pass. That's a sharp pass. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Valverde. Alexander-Arnold carries the ball down the right. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. So, what can they make of this? Vinicius Junior. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And he's managed to get free. Brilliantly cut out.
Spain really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
And it's Grimaldo. Pedri. Here's Rodri. Knocks it out wide. Ball driven towards the far post. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper.
Spain truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
He's having a shot! And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
El dorsal 7, Morata. El dorsal 3, el dorsal 19. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 10, el dorsal 26, el dorsal 25.
That pass isn't the best.
El dorsal 22.
Spain really will have to throw everything at this now. Now it's Williams. Looking to play him in. Cucurella crosses. And he was alert to it.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now. Spain have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Into stoppage time, and it is still 0-0. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Pedro Porro. And it's Rodri. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Played out towards the right wing. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Just listen to that noise. Up he goes! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Morata brilliantly anticipated the delivery, and he'll be annoyed it didn't lead to more.
Laporte. That has been slung wide.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I like the look of this fella, Tiani, right?
And he shoots! That carried quite a threat. Can he spark a counter here? Now it's Williams. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Pedri has been caught there, it's a foul. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And so we have the first set piece of the game. He's gone for goal! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Foden. Plays a sharp little ball here. Chance! And he's done it!
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
Spain are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Pedri. Yamal. Bernardo Silva. Now Lewis. Foden. Tries to thread one through. Not the most accurate pass. Vardiol.
Spain are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And here's Marmoush. And this is Marmoush. Deftly away. Shot could be on.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Pedri takes on his marker. And it's Pedri. Here's Rodri. And here's Baina. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He'll fancy himself from here. Real chance! He's in a great position here. Marmoush. Vardiol. Foden. Grimaldo. And it's Pedri. Now Pedro Porro. Played over towards the opposite flank.
Good switch, that.
Pedri. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Pedri goes steaming forward. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And here's Haaland, played out to the right. Can he get it through? Well timed, excellent interception. Rodri. Ball's played through.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And it's Grimaldo. Cross goes in there. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
Spain certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
It's played through for him. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Yamal. And it's Baina. And here's Morata. Great vision. And the shot! It's there! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Well,
Haaland! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Goes for a shot! It's bounced back off the post. And he's there to belt it away. Spain are looking to go forward now. And he's forced to go back. And that's going right the way across. Looking for options for movement. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half of football. It's 1-1, but it could easily be 3-3 or more. Breakneck speed brilliance.
So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. A chance to shoot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Yamal. Foden. Haaland. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Marmouche. And Guardiol. Oh, super! Can he finish? A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Pedri. Grimaldo. And here's Nico Williams. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Bernardo Silva has created one goal already. Spread it left. Ball swung in. It's a mighty effort! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Rodri. And Grimaldo.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
60 minutes played. Rodri running with the ball. Haaland. That is a great pick out. And Bernardo Silva! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, even for him, that may have been a touch ambitious.
Será reemplazado por el dorsal 10.
Pedri. Now it's Haaland. And it's Bernardo Silva. Spain perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Marmouche. Bernardo Silva. Closing in on Marmouche! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Reinders. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And the shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Goal! Spain! And the comeback is complete! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Spain take the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
He gets big! He scores! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Has a shot! And that's a real chance missed.
Marmouche has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 19 será sustituido por el dorsal 22. Se va a
Marmouche.
un cambio de jugadores.
Out to the left it goes.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Played back. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Semenyo. Shot, surely! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Really well taken goal. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Pedri. Chance for a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 3.
Spain making consecutive changes here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
5 minutes to add, and he's managed to get free. Semenyo, keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Reinders. Marmouche. He shifted it to the flank. He is through here. And it's Porro. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Threads one in. And he'll shoot here! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained.
He's gone for goal! And he welcomes it in. Haaland! Haaland! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he's following up! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
Yamal. And that is expertly dealt with. Rodri. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, the centre of midfield, Peter, is where battles are won and lost. So I see Rodri as a player who can dominate his midfield position. He's excellent at winning and recycling the ball, as well as passing it all over the pitch. I see him as someone who's very well suited now even to those highest tempo games.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Pedro Porro sends it crossfield. Nico Williams. And he's on a charge. Oh, that's neat. And it's lofted through here. And that's been drilled in. Spain, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Foden. Aimed beyond the defence. It's a mighty effort! No, not the best of headers. Spread out to the left. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Looking for the run. And this is Morata. Deep cross. Oh, smashing header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Bernardo Silva. And it's Bernardo Silva. Can he get it through? He's got plenty of space out wide here. And that's an excellent interception. And now they can clear their lines. Oh, they can break here. Rodri. Pass somewhat off target. And here's Haaland. He's played it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
In the end, they found themselves penned in. Nowhere to go. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Foden. Oh, strongly challenged there. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Rodri. And Guardiol. Reinders.
Marmoush really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Marmoush. Oh, nice touch. Pings in across. Cleared without complication. Good ball, good take. Oh, that's a fine interception. Bina. And it's Bernardo Silva. Yamal. Spain finding their passes. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Now it's come to nothing. Face to face. And Marmouche! Oh, it's fallen loose again! There it is!
And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break.
There's the whistle for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Spain can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Pedro Porro, and he lines up a cross. Oh, terrible. Great chance! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Now he's off and running. Some resolute defending there. Haaland. Pedri. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Now it's Morata. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Knocks it into space.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And it's Pedri. And he's got the beating of his man. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Spain are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Marmouche. Bernardo Silva. Pedri. And Yamal. Out to the left it goes. Bina. Rodri. And it's Grimaldo. And he's forced to go back. It's a really well-measured ball. Looking for options for movement.
Spain really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
No, he's just misjudged that one. Bernardo Silva. And Reinders. Bernardo Silva. And he's intervened well there. Bina. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Nico Williams in acres of space out wide. Bernardo Silva. Marmouche. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Marmouche.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
That is ended up in no man's land. Lewis is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
There's the crossfield ball. Now it's Williams. Nico Williams. He gets big! Rodri attempts a clearance. Haaland. Time is running out here.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Gets a good foot in there. Rodri goes steaming forward. The final 5 minutes. And it's Bernardo Silva.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 17.
Matheus Nunes. Semenyo has it out wide and in space. He's a sharp little ball here. He's got tall. It's fallen kindly here. It's bounced back off the post. Decent enough try.
We're talking fine margins, very fine margins.
Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Semenyo. Cherki. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Cucurella. That's the end. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
The action has already started. Yamal tries to play it through. And that's played in low. And we have our very first corner. And it's Rodri. He's going for goal! Oh, crossbar! And he's gone backward here. Played into the box.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Played back in. Oh, well played. And the shot! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
Reinders. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, a player that's very much moulded in the role of the traditional Spanish number 5 is Rodri. He certainly has the sort of physique that would allow him to do the job. He has both the muscle and the brains to provide the creative and defensive support whenever necessary.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Reinders. Lenormand gets across to intercept that. Yamal. Nico Williams might just make this. Spain are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Baina. And this is Morata. Over to the left. It's Pedri. And here's Morata. Marmoush.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Looking for options for movement. He's one-on-one. He's having a shot. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Well, he's the one person you wanted that to fall to, and we saw this.
Pedro Porro. Rodri cuts out the pass. Oh, that pass isn't the best. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. It's a searching pass. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Pedro Porro was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, well measured. Now there's a fine ball. It's a goal kick. Pedro Porro. Yamal. And it's Baina. And it's Rodri. Has a look and plays it forward. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. And this is Marmoush. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Foden. Rodri promptly onto that, and that is that. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Marmoush. Decent chance! Oh, the ball's... Oh, he's been caught on it here. Great ball, and he's in here. Can he finish? Oh, the ball's run loose, and another try! A skipper's goal!
Well, it's so hard to keep someone with his enthusiasm and his energy quiet. Second best will never be accepted in the world he lives in, and the timing of his goal won't be lost on him. It's crucial.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team.
Williams! And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as...
And a chance! It's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So that's two now without reply.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Rodri. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Foden is fouled. Applies the finish! Oh no, this does not look good. Lewis. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just big chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Alex Baina clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Foden. And that's been one. Tries a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Oh, delicious. Such devilish curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about...
There's the shot! And that has forced the very best out of the keeper.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Será sustituido por el dorsal 10.
Defending of the desperate variety. Opts to play it back. And this is Marmouche. Spain perhaps contemplating their next change here. Looking to play him in. Dani Olmo has got himself a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Not much doubt about who... Chance, surely! So, third corner of the game. He's there to hit it! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst decision in the world to go for the shot, even if he was being closely marshalled.
Great vision. Oh, nice touch. Spain awarded another corner.
Cambio de jugadores.
So their fourth corner of the game. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. And now they can spring out of defence. Aimed beyond the defence. Played out to the left flank. And it's Pedri. Yamal. Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 25. El dorsal 22.
Rodri looking to penetrate opposition lines. Pedri. And here's Nico Williams. Chance! And the keeper has done enough. Top stop.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And he's lost his man here. Ruben Diaz deals with that comfortably. Cherki.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Cherki, and he's in on goal. That's a good ball. Spain can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store. Spain really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
Elects to cross. It's in! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So is this the start of a comeback? Marmouche gets a good foot in there. Now it's Ferran Torres. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. A heavy challenge.
5 minutos de descuento.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Cherki.
This is the time you need that pace.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And that has been slung wide. And here's Haaland. And here's Marmouche. Rodri. Pedri. That is ended up in no man's land. And we're done. Spain were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Bruno Fernandes! Bruno Fernandes! And that's a goal kick. De Ligt. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, I wonder a little bit what role this guy, Matheus Cunha, has been asked to play here, Peter, because despite all his creativity and ball skills, he doesn't really have blistering pace to be an out-and-out winger or the strength to be a number 9. I just love it when he gets that free rein to roam wherever he wants. We'll have to wait and see on this.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Takes a shot! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Nuno Mendes. Oh, that's clever. He's on it. Can he get away? Nuno Mendes. And it's played in here. Keeper has taken decisive action. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Great ball, and he's decent chance! And we have our very first corner. And he can clear it away. Sure. Portugal have the chance to go the other way. Ronaldo is flagged offside.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Nicely aimed pass.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And that has fair fizzed. Ahmad. Out to the right. Diogo Dalot puts a cross in. In he goes again! Portugal do have a chance to counter here. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Ronaldo in acres of space out wide. Vitinha. And it's Mendes. Mendes made a surge from full-back. As it turned out, unsuccessfully. Vitinha. Casemiro to Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Diogo Dalot. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Can he finish? And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Corner number 2 then. And he's gone backward here. And a chance! So, third corner of the game. João Cancelo clears it away. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's picked it up out wide. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Just 5 minutes left until the break. And that was nowhere near his best. Oh, they could break here. Well, we expected better, and so did he. João Cancelo for Pedro Neto. Vitinha. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And Mendes. Pedro Neto. And the first 45 minutes are up. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. And we are up to the break.
What a pleasant surprise to see how open this game is turning into. Just wondering if the two teams are going to keep doing what we've seen in the first half. I hope that a cautious aspect doesn't kick in.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Nuno Mendes. Here's Rafael Leao. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Good ball, good take. Rafael Leao. João Cancelo. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's found support out wide. Climbs up big! Casemiro. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. That's a lovely, neat pass. Šeško gives it back. And it's Casemiro. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Not the most accurate pass. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And that's gone loose. Bruno Fernandes. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. It's a mighty effort!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Rafael Leao. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And it's Bernardo Silva. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Rafael Leao. That is a brilliant interception. Can he spark a counter here? Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United finding their passes. Matheus Cunha. Oh, good. Oh, shooting chance! He scored! And late in the day, a telling moment.
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
And the shot! Goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Bernardo Silva. Steaming on goalwards.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Šeško. Bernardo Silva. Casemiro was in no mood for any of that. Nicely weighted ball. And that's played in low. Inacio attempts a clearance. And it's Mazraoui. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Nuno Mendes. Rafael Leao. And the pass is intercepted.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Casemiro does well to get it back. Maguire. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
Early ball. Oh, well played, well played. Mazraoui. And that will be the final act. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
The action has already started. Vitinha. Conceição. Tries to play it through. He is just caressing the ball. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
For this guy, João Felix, Peter, freedom of movement is key. When he's at his most prolific and dangerous, he tends to drift out a lot, stretching defences and exploiting space. You wonder how much space he's going to be afforded.
Cristiano Ronaldo! Goal! Portugal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Manchester United are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And he's picked it up out wide. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes running with the ball. It's a threatening ball. Rafael Leao.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And he was quick to react. Bruno Fernandes. Zirkzee. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Here's a chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he can clear it away. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Rafael Leao. Cristiano Ronaldo. And he's in on goal. Hoisted it. And a chance! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, he may have snatched it down a bit, even though it was quite close.
Casemiro. Casemiro concedes a free kick for that. Casemiro is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. João Palhinha. Vitinha. Shaw calmly anticipates. Bruno Fernandes. Here's Matheus Cunha. And it's Casemiro. Good take, and is he in? Bruno Fernandes really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Rafael Leao takes a shot! Decent hit and on target. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Good running, strong. And the finish! And yes, it's there! They have come roaring back!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Vitinha. João Palhinha. Here's João Felix. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So we're just settling back into this second half. Ahmad. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Cristiano Ronaldo. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Now that's well seen too. Casemiro. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Applies the finish! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. And it's hoisted clear. Portugal have the chance to go the other way. Nuno Mendes. And he cuts out the supply. Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward? It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, what a mistake! Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui. Chance here to counter. And it's Bruno Fernandes. So we've reached the hour mark. Bruno Fernandes. Shaw. Araujo. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Ahmad. Bruno Fernandes. Rafael Leao. And it's Vitinha. João Palhinha. Bruno Fernandes. Cristiano Ronaldo, looking understandably energised after his goal. And here's João Felix. Well read, nice interception. Bruno Fernandes. That is good alertness. Nuno Mendes. Palhinha makes the interception. Ronaldo is herring after that one. Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. And it's Shaw. And that's a throw-in. Manchester United can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 26. Número 17.
Looking for the run.
Mudar os seus lugares a
Shaw.
número 16. Número 25.
Bruno Fernandes. Delivers with a mighty effort. And somehow he managed to miss it.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Manchester United making consecutive changes here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
That is a brilliant interception. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Good ball, good take. Zirkzee. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And the counter is on. De Ligt. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Out to the left it goes. Now there's a fine ball. Chance!
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
This is it then, now or never.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Showing great feet there. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's very neat. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
Well, as you can see, we've already started here. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. And he's had it nicked away. Mazraoui did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Manchester United ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Casemiro. He gives them some real defensive steel in the middle of the park, Peter. What he's particularly good at is nipping opposition attacks in the bud and preventing them from getting any real momentum going. He's also a bit of a shooting threat from long range too, so opposing defences will have to beware of that, and very much so.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever... Mount! Rafael Leao. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, that's... He's had a shot! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
There's the header, and he's in for the pieces. Oh, split-second reaction.
Francisco Conceição clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Portugal with another corner. So, third corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. Taken back almost at once. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal.
He's having a shot! Goal! Manchester United! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Now it's Matheus Cunha. Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And he's intervened well there. Bruno Fernandes. That is good alertness. Rafael Leao. This is promising. Cristiano Ronaldo. That's the keeper's ball. And now the breakaway. And it's Bruno Fernandes.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's...
Chance, surely! Oh, it's come off the upright. It's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Mount.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Rafael Leao. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. There's the shot! Bruno Fernandes. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Oh, nicely intercepted. Mazraoui makes the interception. Mount couldn't squeeze it through. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And this is Ronaldo. Can he find the finish? Ahmad. Bruno Fernandes. Passing is crisp and sharp. And the half-time whistle goes. Reflections on the first half.
Portugal really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Bruno Fernandes. And here's Ahmad. He's on it, can he get away? Gonzalo Inacio. And it's Conceição. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Nicely weighted ball. Nice interception, well timed. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And a chance! Oh, what has happened here? And he's following up! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
So their 4th corner of the game. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. Shaw tries to play it through.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Maguire. Now Diallo.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Casemiro. And this is Ronaldo. Mazraoui. Casemiro. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And this is Ronaldo. Manchester United are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Número 8, número 26, vão dar os seus lugares a número 10, número 18.
Bruno Fernandes. Portugal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. João Cancelo. Nuno Mendes. And it's Mendes. And João Palhinha. Pedro Neto. Casemiro. Ahmad. Pass somewhat off target. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising. Oh, he's been caught napping. Maguire. And it's Mazraoui. Here's Matheus Cunha. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, nice touch. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Good chance here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. This time, surely. And he hits the net. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side.
Manchester United surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Now that's well seen too. Portugal must do something here, and very quickly.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
João Felix. Plays a sharp little ball here. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Casemiro. Manchester United finding their passes. The final 5 minutes. And it's Shaw. Great defending, strong and determined.
Manchester United really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Tries from distance. And that is certainly not what he had in mind. So, time for changes on both sides, actually. And the number on the board is 3. João Felix looking to penetrate opposition lines. Oh, Gonzalo Ramos! There could be trouble. Shot at goal! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Rolls it backwards.
That's good press.
And there goes the final whistle. Portugal perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
He's having a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
He won't be happy with that one. Ahmad. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, stats-wise, Peter, Maguire is one of the very best English defenders in recent years. A real presence in both boxes, we know. And he generally likes to keep things quite simple. Not the type to be tested unless he gets a little overconfident or a little complacent on the ball.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see. And Bernardo Silva! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Portugal are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Bruno Fernandes. And it's Mazraoui. Casemiro. So it is still 0-0. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Ruben Neves. For João Cancelo. And it's Ruben Neves. Aimed beyond the defence. Hoisted in. That is a brilliant interception. Mount. Oh, there's a probing ball. João Cancelo gets a foot in here. No way through. Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui tries to pass it through. Oh, he's found support out wide. Ruben Neves.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
To Cancelo. And it's Bernardo Silva. Gonzalo Ramos. Casemiro. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, good-looking ball. To Bruno Fernandes. And he's been shifted off it. João Palhinha. Ronaldo might just make this. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And that is a little undercooked. Can he get it through? Crosses it in. Ah, he's given it away. Casemiro. Now Diallo.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Knocks it into space. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's being urged to shoot. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Ronaldo. Ronaldo showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Ahmad. Inacio with the clearance. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Casemiro. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And here's Ahmad. João Palhinha. He's in plenty of space here. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva delivers. Nice interception, well timed. And the first 45 minutes are up. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Portugal may probably be feeling a little aggrieved about not capitalising on such a bright start. Their mood at half-time should be more upbeat. The glass remains half full and it should spur them on.
So, no breakthrough from up. Tries from a long way out. It's hit the upright. João Cancelo. That's a lovely, neat pass. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Mount. Shaw tries to play it through. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. João Cancelo. Nuno Mendes. Now Ruben Dias. João Palhinha. And it's Ruben Neves. Now it's Ramos. Gonzalo Ramos! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. Bruno Fernandes really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
He's gone for goal! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Shaw could try cutting inside here. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Ah, that's a fine interception. Bruno Fernandes. Nicely intercepted. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Well, that pass surprised everyone and not in a good way. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Great defending, strong and determined. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well read, and the danger is averted. Mount. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now. He's tried one! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Bruno Fernandes actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. Šeško! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Bruno Fernandes getting this one clear.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Chooses to go cross-field.
Well spotted.
Bruno Fernandes. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Šeško. Great vision. Oh, played right into his path. He has a look up. Vitinha. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. He's having a go! Oh, that pass isn't the best. Nice looking ball. No, he's just misjudged that one.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
It's a promising... And he shoots! Has a look and plays it forward.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 8. Número 21.
Oh, terrible pass.
Vou dar os seus lugares a número 11.
João Neves gets rid without sophistication.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
And it's Dalot. 1 minute to add, according to the board. João Cancelo gets it away. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere.
Gonzalo Ramos! It's their first effort on goal.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, and the shot! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Mount. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Matheus Cunha will be scheming up here, Peter. He's a lovely link-up man who can take on all sorts of creative roles, and his ball carrying and dribbling skills are top drawer. I think he'd be the first to admit that his finishing needs a little work, but he's a big player in this team.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Well, the ball's gone astray. Here comes the cross. Cleared away. Bernardo Silva carries the ball down the right. Can he get it through? He's being urged to... Can he finish? Decent enough try. Ahmad. That has not gone well. Well, that looks a decent ball. Portugal are applying all the early pressure.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
And the ball's come loose here. And he's been shifted off it. Oh, shooting chance! This time, surely! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
He'll be annoyed with himself after that. Nothing wrong with his anticipation or his positioning.
Referee's given a throw. Maguire. It may be goalless, but it is not without interest.
Well, it's certainly not a drab affair, Peter. It's had its moments.
The counter is on for Portugal. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Maguire. Manchester United trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, super goal! About as smooth as it gets. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Portugal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert it to...
Bernardo Silva! And he's straight offside. Mount. And it's Shaw. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. De Ligt cuts out the pass. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
He's tried one! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
That's really well cleared. Portugal are looking to go forward now. Bruno Fernandes. Now, can he find a finish? Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Portugal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Palhinha gets a foot in here. Bruno Fernandes cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do...
Oh, that is asking for trouble. The ball has bounced loose now. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. This is promising. Ahmad. Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. And it's Bruno Fernandes. He's having a go!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, that's a decent try when you consider the range.
Manchester United have their second corner now. And he's had a hit! He's done very well to get to that.
Sure, clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Ronaldo looks to get on the end of this. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And there's the end of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. How would you review the first half?
Portugal really have looked very good in transitions, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Portugal go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Mazraoui to Bruno Fernandes. That has been slung wide. Now it's Ramos, and this is Ronaldo. Ronaldo had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong.
Decent chance! Oh, it's hit the post!
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Now, can they get him away? Played back in. Ruben Dias can get it clear. And it's Mazraoui. Good take, and is he... And a chance! Oh, the ball's... Oh, what has happened here? Mount. Portugal are looking to break at pace. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Manchester United are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, and certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Your impression so far, Jim?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Nuno Mendes. Bernardo Silva. Gonzalo Ramos. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Mount. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Well, the less said about that pass, the better. Manchester United choosing to make the first change.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
He's going for goal! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
Casemiro. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Now it's Mount.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well, that's been cut out, well played. Passing is crisp and sharp. 75 minutes played. Has a shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here.
Manchester United really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
João Cancelo. Knocks it out wide. Delivered across. Oh, what a climb! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
He's gone for goal! He's got away with one there.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Casemiro. Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. So there's going to be another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Very much into the last knockings. And that is a little undercooked.
Manchester United really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
He's on it, can he get away? De Ligt. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense.
Takes the shot! Keeper's not concerned by that. Two minutes to be added on.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Portugal making another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour.
And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Portugal have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you...